50 minutes of splitting. We used up 2.5 gallons of gas. I made almost a cord.
Oh, that's pretty good. You still running that though?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to grab a bucket? I'll help you sweep this junk in. We can dump it in your fire.
Yeah.
Kind of in the way here.
Yeah. Let me bring it out.
Huh?
Did I get this?
Pull this ahead. You got a Yeah. Back the thing up. Shove the loose stuff in the middle again. Put this bed to the mouth. Smother it. Here, you can add a little oxygen to it.
Alright guys, so here's the 2 full totes we got from running the box wedge and the 12-way. This is the first tote. So this is all off of the box wedge. So we ran the first face cord through the box wedge. You can see all the squares. And then everything else would be the sides, little triangles and whatnot. So it doesn't stack in there perfectly, which is probably just great for airflow. If you do kind of weed out just the squares from the box, then it gets a little tighter. But I'll show you here the second one. This is where we ran the 12-way. So the bottom 2 rungs are from the box wedge. Then we switched to the 12-way about the second rung for the next 2.5, and you can kind of see the pieces get a lot more, there's a lot more variation in there. A lot more triangles, and then a lot of these kind of fireplace pieces, these are actually bigger than the box wedge pieces, I think. More of like an all-nighter or so. Probably more like 5x3 or probably 5x3 by 3, something like that. So then we switched back to the box wedge, because I'm still kind of convinced that that's probably the wedge to run 90% of the time. So this last half a tote or a little more maybe, this is all box wedge. So, but yeah, if you guys are in the market for a box wedge, I don't know if I can totally recommend a 12-way. I mean, it's an option, but the thing really excels with the box wedge. The one downside is that with a box wedge, it's not gonna run twisted stuff very well. It's just not gonna like it. Like this piece of silver maple here, we opted not to even run it. You can see the grain going uphill there. That just doesn't bode well. The 35 tons will push it through, but it'll push it through sideways and you'll just wind up with a bunch of mulch. So not worth it in my opinion. Here's kind of the rest of some other stuff. That thing's all crooked. These are kind of offcuts. We got to burn some of this stuff. This thing with 5 stems coming out of it, that's like a non-starter for the box wedge. That's a good piece for a single knife, and that's about it. You get creative with your cutting. You know, there's probably a 16-inch round here that's worth something, but it's not going to go through the box wedge clean because it's part of a double barrel. So yeah, we're making some good headway here though. I mean, that whole pile of ash rounds is gone. Just a little bit of scrap left. So that was another 6 or 7, I think, logs. So now we got this pile of limb wood. We got that maple from earlier this year. We still have these big ash rounds. Might have to do something with these coming up next. This is probably another face cord just in these 3 pieces here. There's probably 1, 2, there's probably 3 16s in there, for sure on the other side. I think that one's just as big. And there's probably one clean 16 in this stump. So yeah, I'll bet you that's all of a face cord. We got some maple, we got some more kind of, I guess this is bigger limb wood over here, still ash. Again, this might hit the burn pit. We got some birch. This birch I'm actually gonna use the North Star and split up. I've been cutting on it a little bit with my Echo top handle, just to give that thing some time. So we'll probably wind up with a tote. I think I'm just gonna loose toss it in there. That's kind of what we started doing, so that's probably how we'll finish. Still got this box elder, and we got 2 pieces of red elm there that are borderline saw logs. So I'm having a real conundrum here whether or not I want to actually cut those into firewood, or if I want to try my hand at milling. So, and then we got that pile that's mostly maple, and then ash down at this end, and then Emmy's here wandering around. This is our only oak, and this stuff is starting to go, at least the bark is starting to get the growth on it here, so I gotta do something with this here come sooner than later.